Back with another episode of Talon Talk. In this week's edition, we will be talking to Tiffany Tolbert of the women's basketball team, going into her recovery from an ACL surgery and getting back to the court this year. If this is your first time listening to Talon Talk, we start off the show kind of recapping last week's action in the athletic department. We go into an in-depth look inside the athletic department with a feature interview, and we conclude with a preview of what is to come. So it's crossover season here, late into the fall, and a lot of teams have been in action, from basketball to cross country, volleyball, both soccer teams, some of which are in postseason play. And beginning with the play on the pitch, women's soccer's impressive year came to an end in the quarterfinals of the ASUN Championship Friday, November 1st in a 3-1 loss to Kennesaw State. Men's soccer came up just short at number 18 Charlotte in the final tune-up before ASUN Championship competition, and UNF dropped a 2-1 contest ultimately to the 49ers in Charlotte despite a goal from Miguel De Leon in the 81st minute. Cross country competed in the ASUN Championship last weekend, with the men finishing in third and the women in fourth. Nathan Jubrin and Rob Levrone finished third and sixth, respectively, with both of them earning ASUN first team all-conference accolades. Coming in 12th was Jared Vasquez, earning him second team all-conference honors. The men's tennis team completed the fall portion of the 2019-20 season in strong fashion, with redshirt sophomore Joe Ellis and freshman PJ Cotan winning the doubles gold draw title at the Georgia Southern Championships. Senior Federico Nani reached the singles blue draw finals before falling in the title match. Volleyball is now 13-15 after going 2-1 last week. It earned wins against NJIT and Bethune-Cookman, although conference-leading FGCU got the win Sunday. Many milestones were surpassed in the last week. Juliana Askew surpassed 1,000 assists for the season. Freshman Rocio Morrow eclipsed 500 digs for the year. And Solimar Sestero made it 500 kills for her career. UNF currently sits in 6th, with 6 teams making the conference tournament. And going back to Sestero, she made UNF history as well, unloading for 30 kills, which is the most in UNF history during the rally scoring era. Basketball also got their seasons going Tuesday night against a pair of Power 5 programs. Men's basketball opened in Gainesville against the Gators. It fell to number 6 Florida, 74-59. JT Escobar and Garrett Sams both poured in double figures. Women's basketball made the trip up north, going to Wisconsin, battling the Badgers. UNF got within 4 at one point, and Tolbert scored 20, but the host Badgers got the win. Now that we're on to basketball, let's get to today's guest, Tiffany Tolbert. She got in this morning from Wisconsin. She was in Illinois last night too. She's taking buses, taking cars, vans, and planes. So thanks for being in here. I know you got a sore throat.
You're welcome.
You got a sore throat before or after the 20 points you had last night?
Well, I think it started a little bit. We had practice the night before, and then the game, just that whole game, it just progressed on and on. It was, I'd say by the third quarter, I could barely speak. It was really cold in there.
It was, because they also use it for hockey.
Yeah. It was really cold in there. I was not expecting that. The entire team is battling with the sore throat right now and the runny nose combo. So
good thing you got out in time, because it was snowing there. So it's getting covered in snow right now.
Well, I kind of did want to see the snow.
Well, I know you're not going to see the snow now that you're going to Miami, so that's not going to happen. But, maybe have to wait till another year. But you scored 20 points. That's awesome for you. Obviously, it probably felt great to just play, period. Just describe how you felt last night playing.
Before the tip-off, I had all the emotions in the world, just a lot of excitement and overwhelming in a good way. But once the ball tipped off, I was like, it's here, It was a long process, and to finally see it pay off was really nice to see. I do admit the game shape, the up and down was a lot, but, as the season progresses, I'll definitely get back into game shape, but it was definitely a night to remember.
Mm-hmm. How did it feel for you? What was working? What part of your game were you proud of last night?
Probably the 3-ball, just because last season, the bit of season that I had, it wasn't the most consistent, and even my freshman year, so I really took the time to just work on the 3-ball, and I was glad to, just be consistent from that area.
What has it been, for you to focus on this off season? What have you really tried to hone in on?
Just being understanding and patient with myself because, and still being patient with myself just because my body isn't 100% still. And just trying to take it one day at a time because it is a tough injury to come back from. A lot of nicks and dings in the process. So just being understanding and taking it one day at a time.
Mm-hmm. So just on my observation of your game and everybody else's, you're a great ball handler. You're able to pull up and shoot. You're creative offensively. How would you describe your game?
In those words, yeah.
All right.
A 3-level score, just being able to get to the rim, hit the mid-range, and hit the 3-ball.
Mm-hmm. Do you have, somebody that you aspire to be like offensively or play like?
Not really. I just want to, create a name for myself. There are people that I look up to, even our assistant coach, Katie, just because she's done everything that I want to do. But as far as being like somebody, I aspire to be the best version of myself.
It's pretty cool to be able to have such a game like that against a Big Ten team, coming out of high school and coming here to North Florida. And you obviously immediately made an impact. What were your dreams and goals as a high school player?
Just to, go to school for free. That was obviously the next step for me. I wanted to pick the right home for me because I know a lot of student athletes that picked those big Power 5 schools and weren't enjoying the game and ended up transferring to a school like this, which they see, isn't the biggest school in a lot of people's eyes, but has a lot of potential. And so I'm just really happy that I picked this school, and yeah.
This year could be a special year for you guys with some of the pieces that you have, and Jazz in her second year here, you in 2+ kind of how you frame it, and then with some seniors too, Mimi being here. How does it feel to have that group around you?
It's exciting just because we've already hit the court before, and we already know the main goal. Everyone has the same goal in mind, so it's just putting all the pieces together, and I believe we do have the potential to take it really, really far. And it's just exciting just to feel the potential and see it start to come together.
You have some interesting kind of stories on your team now. With Vic coming in too, her being on that South Carolina team, and and she's a versatile player too, and she's had that experience of seeing those environments. That really does a lot. You obviously with this past year and your talent, and then Jazz coming as a transfer too and making an impact. Not to mention some other people in there as well. What's the feeling like on the team right now?
What's the feeling like? It amazing, just to know that we have a lot of experience on the team and a lot of different backgrounds, from some people winning championships at their previous schools to other people that have been in those environments. It's nice because we really have all the pieces to the puzzle to make up a championship.
Mm-hmm. And you guys started to have that traction towards the end of the year, and really came together for you, and you caught fire a little bit. Seeing it on the sidelines for you, I'm sure a lot of people have asked you about the ins and outs of recovery and rehab and everything, but how did you, reflecting on that year, how did it benefit you? And is positive, what were the positive takeaways from how you grew?
It was just a lot of learning mentally, mental toughness, and something that's really helping me now, and something that I'm still trying to learn at the same time, because it's one thing to learn something and it's another thing to put it into action. So just being on the sideline, understanding that it is a very long game. So the mistakes that we make, even mistakes that I made yesterday, it really does affect how you respond to them, and just being a positive light to the team, because every bit of energy does matter towards winning a ball game. And
I think, that's something that we could notice on the sidelines, and we could see. That's a lot of people appreciate that, the energy you bring, even when you're not playing and you were there and you're present with the team. Mm-hmm. Is that something that you want your brand to be like?
Yes, that's the brand right there. But I'm still trying to get back into shape, so it was really tough for me to just scream and be really, really excited for the team. But as the season goes on, like, I would definitely continue to be that cheerleader for the team, because I feel like every team needs a cheerleader, because at some point everyone gets down in the game, and we just need someone to, like, pick each other up. So,
could you notice kind of a difference in your personality as a player last night, post-injury, first time?
No, not really. Like, just, I take that back, yes, just because, like, my freshman year and a little bit of my sophomore year, my positivity didn't really, like, translate to the court. So now that I was able to just, like, cheer up the team and, like, clap each other on, like, it really is exciting to see the little things carry over, which make a big difference.
So you're saying just being conscious of how you are on the court, because, I mean, it is one thing once you get into competition, it's like, I want to hit this shot.
Yeah. Like,
if I don't hit this shot, yeah.
just keeping your composure, like, just pushing through, because some games you're going to be off, some games you're going to be on, but just keeping your composure for the team and just constantly keeping consistent energy.
Mm-hmm. Where did you get that inspiration to be like that?
I mean, the personality and the energy has always been there, but just noticing, like, just being more comfortable on the court and being more confident in myself has helped me just bring out that energy and try to bring out the best in everybody. Sitting out a year has definitely showed me that I don't want any teammate to leave the game with regrets or without seeing their full potential. So I try to be the Energizer Bunny and help them realize the potential and the fun that the game brings.
Mm-hmm. How have you kind of changed how you prepare and everything over your time here at North Florida? What are the little details that you pay attention to off the court?
Everyone always says you play the way you practice, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. But it really does matter.
Mm-hmm.
So just paying attention and locking in practice and understanding that, sometimes we're not going to want to practice, but we're here to get better. And another thing is that, we work so hard. We play against the P squad, and we're getting bruised and beat up, but it's all for a greater purpose. So when we get to play another team, just, going out there and knowing that we've prepared, and now it's time to have fun. So just those are the things that run through my head. What
have you done to kind of prepare your body?
A lot of stretching and rolling and icing, just, being proactive in the recovery aspect of everything. And just, that's pretty much it, because injuries are bound to happen, but as long as I'm controlling what I can control, then I know everything will be all right.
Give a little inside look of, what the day-to-day is like when you have these road trips. What is it like to get your homework in, to take care of this, to, get to practice, to do film when you're on the road playing a Big Ten team?
It's all back-to-back. It's a business trip, like it is exciting to travel and play these big teams, and kind of put them on notice, that we can be in their shoes if we wanted to be. But just everything is back to back. Like, we'll have an early flight, and then we'll have like a little break, and then study hall, and then film. Like, everything is just backed up, and but we asked for it. We want to make a statement, and we're gonna make sacrifices. Even if that means staying up a little extra to get the homework done. But it's all for a greater purpose.
Do people in your life, like family members and whatnot, the ones, I'm sure there are ones that know, like, okay, this is a business trip, but are there some that's like, oh, it's like great, it's like, it's roses, it's, it's not, there's no ups and downs, it's all taken care of? How do you communicate to somebody, like, listen, this is what the schedule is like?
At first, it was my freshman year coming in, it was really rough trying to explain that, but they understand it now. Like, it really is. I wouldn't say it's a job, because it's something that I want to do, but it really is time consuming, and the little time that I do have, I want to sleep, and they understand it now. At first it wasn't so easy, but at the end of the day now they do. Like, they understand that the free time I do get, it's for me, and they fell in line. So.
So if you do get free time, what are you doing? I mean, looks like maybe you're watching The Office. I don't know.
Well, that and
she's wearing a Dunder Mifflin shirt. That's why.
I also have a PS4. And,
okay.
I just got the new Call of Duty, so
So you're a gamer.
I'm a gamer.
How long have you been a gamer?
I've been a gamer since the middle of my freshman year. But listen, I watched my brother play my whole childhood, so it was in my blood.
Okay, so it's just finally coming out now.
Yeah, it's finally coming out now.
You have a favorite hobby? Any fun fact?
Fun fact? I love chicken Alfredo.
Okay, so I was going to go there. So we were talking about Garrett's Popcorn since you went through Chicago. And then you're in, America's Dairyland up in Wisconsin, and they're known for some good cheese. So do you have a favorite spot down here that you go to in Jacksonville or on campus that if I'm going to get some food, this is where I'm going?
Okay. It's
It can be two things here. It can be two questions, yeah.
Okay. Well, my go-to right now, because I'm on the healthier side of
okay.
things.
Sure. All right.
So I go to Outtakes.
Okay.
And I get the Hawaiian bread, ham and cheese sandwich.
Okay.
And I get some garden salsa sun chips.
Okay. Those are good. Those are a sleeper pick for sun chips.
Yeah, and a nice little smoothie, a naked smoothie.
Okay.
And some water. And you got a nice little snack.
Yeah.
So, but if I was going back to my junk food days, I would go to the Boathouse and get Alfredo.
All right, so some chicken Alfredo. Yeah, so you're coming home just for a short stop on Saturday, and then you're going to be on the road all the way until late December, which is, quite a long time. What is it that you guys got to do to hone in on the road?
Just understanding that road wins count double. Just being able to go in someone else's environment and be able to win, it means a lot. So just focusing on what we always focusing on, we focus on bettering ourselves and then what we can do to beat that other team, and just sticking to the fundamentals. And that's pretty much all we have to do. Just I forgot to quote. Coach Gibbs says it's not about how other teams play, it's how we play. So
I think I might have heard him say it too, actually.
Yeah.
I've listened to enough interviews, so. Well, we'll be watching because you're going to be in Miami, you're going to be in Orlando, you're going to be in Alabama, you're going to be in a few other places in between.
Yeah.
But I know it's a busy time for you, and you're a bit tired getting picked up today, so thanks for coming in today, Tiff, and I will see you on the court on Saturday.
You're welcome.
Thanks again for bringing the energy today, Tiff. I know as best you could. Coming back from that road trip, you better get rested up for Saturday. Good luck in the home opener. We've got a huge week ahead for a number of sports this season. Men's basketball battles Florida National tonight in the home opener at 7 p.m. They'll also take on Georgia Southern Monday at 7 and Southern Miss the following Thursday. Women's basketball opens its home slate Saturday at 1 against Warner, and then they'll be on the road until December 28th when they'll host Holy Cross. They next play November 13th in Miami after their game against Warner. Men's soccer is the 3 seed in the ASUN Championship, and they will take on 6 seed Liberty in Fort Myers Friday at 5, and the winner advances to take on FGCU November 10th. Women's tennis and women's swimming will be in Tally. The tennis squad concludes the fall season at the FSU Invite, and swimming takes on West Florida FSU and Florida Southern Saturday, November 9th. Volleyball has a huge weekend ahead with 2 home matches, Friday against Jacksonville and Sunday against Liberty. So be sure to tune in. We've also got our Hall of Fame induction and all Division I team announcement and celebration on Saturday as well. Thanks again for listening to this edition of Talon Talk. Be sure to listen to next week's.